Why don't most people ever hear about this? Well, it's pretty simple, really. It's because there are two totally separate financial worlds, and from the day we're born, we're trained to operate in just one of them, the world of the worker, not the world of the owner.
And this visual right here, it just nails the core difference perfectly. Most of us were taught to think about income, your salary, your paycheck, which gets taxed like crazy. But the wealthy, they don't play that game. They focus on owning assets, which get to grow in this completely different, tax-sheltered little world.
I mean, just look at this number. For just the top tiny fraction of U.S. households, there's over $8.5 trillion just sitting there in what's called unrealized gains. And here's the real kicker. The government cannot tax a single penny of it.
And that's all because of one simple rule. The system only taxes you when you turn that growth into income by selling the asset. As long as you just hold it and its value climbs from $10 to $100 or even $1 million, guess what? You owe zero in taxes.
This brings us to the first part of this crazy, powerful three-step strategy that the wealthy use. It's often called buy, borrow, die. And it all starts with a huge mental shift in how you even think about money. So step one is to buy. The whole point here is to stop making income your main goal and start making ownership the goal. Why? Because income gets taxed into the ground, but the simple act of just owning something that grows doesn't.
This timeline shows you the real magic of just holding on. You buy an asset and you just let it grow. For years, for decades even. You let its value snowball quietly in the background, without ever pulling the trigger on a sale that would create a tax bill.
Okay, let's get to the second step and see how this all connects. Because you might be thinking, that's great, but how do I actually use this wealth if I can't sell it? Well, this is where it gets really clever and, honestly, a little weird. You borrow. That's right. Instead of selling your assets to get cash, you use them as collateral. You walk into a bank, you show them your big, valuable asset, and they'll give you a loan against its value.
And right here, this is the secret ingredient that makes the whole recipe work. The money you get from that loan, it's not considered income. It's called loan proceeds, and because it's technically debt, it is 100% tax-free. This lets you literally live off your wealth without ever having to sell the engine that's creating it. You use that tax-free cash to fund your lifestyle, maybe even buy more assets, whatever you want, all while your original investment just keeps on growing.
And now for the final, and frankly the most astonishing part of the whole strategy. This is how massive wealth gets preserved and passed down for generations, almost completely untouched.
You die. I know, it sounds dramatic, but it is a key part of this whole financial structure. When the owner of all these massive, grown assets passes away, their heirs inherit absolutely everything.
But wait, what about the taxes on all those decades of growth? Well, this is where a little rule called the step-up in basis comes into play. And it's basically a magic wand. For tax purposes, all of that built-up gain is completely wiped away. Poof, it just vanishes into thin air.
So what does that really mean? It means the family keeps it all. The heirs owe zero, nothing on those decades of untaxed growth. And the entire cycle of buying, borrowing, and eventually dying can start all over again.
Okay, so you might be sitting there thinking, this is great for billionaires, but what about me? But listen, the real takeaway here isn't about having billions of dollars. It's about adopting the mindset of an owner.
The very first step is a choice you can make today. You can shift your main goal away from just earning more income, which just gets taxed more, and start focusing on acquiring more assets, even small ones, anything that can grow for you over the long haul.
You know, the biggest mistake most of us make is that we sell our assets way too early. We see a little bit of profit and we chop down the tree before it ever has a chance to get big. Selling creates taxes and totally breaks the power of compounding. The owner's mindset is to hold on and water that tree.
And finally, we have to completely reframe how we think about debt. For most people, it's this heavy weight that holds them down. For an owner, it's a strategic tool. It's a bridge that lets you access the value of your wealth without ever having to stop its growth. This quote right here, it just perfectly summarizes this entire explainer. The system was never designed to reward labor the way it rewards ownership. It's not about working harder, it's about understanding the rules of the game you're playing.
So the question for you is this. Now that you can see the two paths so clearly, the treadmill of income and the garden of ownership, which game are you going to choose to play?
Hey, if you found this as eye-opening as I did, do me a favor and hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs to see this, and of course, subscribe to The Financial Exit to keep learning the strategies that can actually change your financial life.
And just a quick reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This explainer is just for educational purposes. Thanks so much for watching. Keep thinking like an owner, and I'll see you in the next one.